All right, thanks, guys. We are currently 8-2 in our last 10 board member package plays on patreon.com/BrockPage. We're also hitting at 67% for the entire college football season on that website. Link for that site is in the description section below. That is patreon.com/BrockPage. Now, we got ourselves a nice slate of NBA action here for Thursday, so let's go ahead and get into it. Beginning with the Heat taking on the Cavaliers, 6 o'clock Eastern tip-off in that game. Miami's minus 5.5, total 216. We saw a half a point fade of Miami and movement downward on the total. The Heat opened 6, down to 5.5, total opened 216.5, down to 216. Cleveland's 2-1 straight up in their last 3. They've also successfully covered the number in their last 4 straight. The Cavs rank in the top 10 in defensive three-point percentage. They're also in the top 5 in defensive rebounding at home. They're led by Colin Sexton, who's averaging 19 points per game. Kevin Love's also averaging 19 a game. He's also bringing down 13 rebounds a game on average. And Tristan Thompson is averaging 17 a game, 11 rebounds for him. Now, Cleveland's 8-2 against the spread overall for the year. That's good for 80%. They're also covering 75% of their games at home. Just keep in mind, Henson is out, and Matthew Dellavedova is listed as questionable. Now, Miami on the other side, they failed to cover in 3 out of their last 4. Waiters, Winslow, and Jones are listed as out for tonight's action. Goran Dragic and Hero are listed as questionable as well. Miami ranks 21st in road scoring, bottom 5 in free throw percentage on the road. And total-wise, Miami is 2-1 to the over in their last trio of ball games. Cleveland 75% to the over at home. I'm going to purchase the half a point, buy it up, and take the home team in this game here. Give me Cleveland plus 6 and the over 216 in that matchup. Next game, Mavericks, Knicks, 8 o'clock Madison Square Garden. The Mavs are minus 7.5, totals 216. We saw a 1-point move toward Dallas and movement upward on the total. The Mavs opened 6.5 up to minus 7.5. Total open 214 up to 216. 67% are leaning Dallas. 63% shaded toward the over. Right now the Knicks are plus 270 on the money line. New York's just 2-9 straight up on the year. They have the worst record in the Eastern Conference. They rank in the bottom 3 in scoring on average per game. Bottom 3 in field goal percentage. Bullock and Payton are out for tonight's action. Robinson listed as questionable. Now the Mavs on the other side, winners in 3 out of their last 5. They're also 6-4 straight up overall for the season. Second place in the Southwest Division. They rank in the top 10 in scoring. Luka Doncic is averaging 28 points a game, 10 rebounds, 9 assists. Kristaps Porzingis is right behind him with 18 a game, 8 rebounds, and 2 blocks. Dallas has successfully covered the number in 4 out of their 5 games away from home. They're in the top 5 in offensive rebounding, top 3 in road scoring, top 10 in road defensive rebounding as well. Total-wise, Dallas is 80% to the over for the season, 5-1 to the over when traveling. I'm going to purchase the half a point, slide it down, and take Dallas minus 7 and the over 216 in that game. Next matchup, Bulls, Bucks, 8 o'clock Milwaukee. The Bucks are minus 11.5, total 230 and a hook. We saw a half a point move toward Milwaukee and movement upward on the total. The Bucks open 11 up to 11.5, total open 228 up to 230 and a hook. 58% are leaning Milwaukee, 57% shaded toward the under. Right now the Bulls are plus 595 on the money line. The Bulls have also won just 3 out of their 9 games. Winners in just 3 out of their last 9 games. They're also just 2-4 against the spread away from home. The Bulls are in 4th place in the Central Division. 3.5 games back of first place in that division. They rank in the bottom 10 in scoring, bottom 5 in field goal percentage. They also rank in the bottom 10 in offensive rebounding, and the bottom 3 in defensive rebounding. Porter and Felicio are out for tonight's action. Meanwhile, on the other side, Milwaukee is 5-1 straight up in their last 6. First place in the Central Division. They rank in the top 3 in scoring, top 3 in offensive rebounding. Giannis Antetokounmpo, 30 points a game, 14 rebounds, 7 assists. Eric Bledsoe is averaging 16 a game, 6 rebounds, 5 assists as well. Chris Middleton is listed as out with a thigh. Now, Milwaukee ranks in the top 3 in defensive field goal percentage, top 10 in home offensive field goal percentage. When it comes to this total, Chicago on the other side, 3-2 to the under in their last 5. 67% to the under when traveling. I'm going to purchase the hook, slide it down, and take Milwaukee minus 11 and the under 230.5 in that game. And before we go ahead and move on, just want to take another quick timeout and welcome you to the show. Got some lines and personal leans out for Thursday's NBA action. Happy Thursday. The weekend is one day away. Now, before we get into some more free lines and personal leans right here on YouTube, I got to remind you once again to check me out on my website at patreon.com/BrockPage, where we are 8-2 in our last 10 board member package plays on that website. We're also hitting at 67% for the entire college football season on that website as well. We do daily premium selections beginning at just $1.99 per month. We have a bunch of different memberships, tiers, and packages that you can subscribe to. Now, a lot of folks ask me, what's the difference between Patreon and YouTube? Well, what we do on YouTube right here on this program is we handicap every single game on the board, both the side and the total. Well, if you were to bet your hard-earned money on every single game, both the side and the total, you will 100% guaranteed lose in the long run. The math is too good. The books are too good. The math is always against you. It's like placing every single bet available on the dice table. Somebody's got to lose. So what we do on Patreon is we narrow it down to 3 to 4 premium selections per day. We really focus and hunker down on 3 to 4 high percentage picks, high percentage plays. They're personal plays of mine. They're games that I personally have action on. And I'll tell you this much, my record on Patreon is a lot better than it is on YouTube, just by default. So anyway, if you want to check out that record, you can do it right now, and you can do it for free. All you got to do is click the link in the description section below. That is patreon.com/BrockPage. All right, guys, let's go ahead and dive into some more free lines and personal leans right here on YouTube. All starts Eastern Standard Time. On deck, we've got the Clippers taking on the Pelicans, 8 o'clock New Orleans. This game's currently off the board. No lines currently posted for this game. New Orleans is 2-8 straight up for the season. Last place in the Southwest Division. They rank in the bottom 3 in points allowed, bottom 10 in defensive rebounding. Lonzo Ball, Hart, Zion Williamson, all listed as out for tonight's action. Ingram and Okafor listed as questionable. Once again, Ingram and Okafor listed as questionable for tonight's action for the Pelicans. Now, Los Angeles on the other side, they've successfully covered the number in 5 out of their last 6. They're also 7-4 straight up overall for the season, second place in the Pacific Division. They rank in the top 10 in points allowed, top 3 in offensive rebounding. Kawhi Leonard is leading the charge, averaging 9 rebounds a game, 6 assists, 27 points for him. Harrell and Green, 7 rebounds for them apiece, and Zubac, 7 rebounds for him. Paul George and Kawhi Leonard are listed as questionable for tonight's action for the Clippers, and Landry Shamet is out. He will not be playing. Shamet is out. Now, total-wise, Clippers are 8-3 to the under overall for the year. So although we have no line currently posted for this game, I'm going to lean Clippers against the spread and the under in that game. Next matchup, Hawks, Suns, 9 o'clock Phoenix. The Suns are -7, total 227.5. We saw a 1-point fade of Phoenix and movement upward on the total. The Suns open 8, down to -7, total open 226.5, up to 227 and a hook. 55% are leaning Phoenix, 74% shaded toward the over. Right now the Hawks are plus 245 on the money line. Atlanta's 4-6 straight up on the year. They've also failed to cover the point spread in 6 out of their last 7 games. Carter, Collins, and Herter are out for tonight's action. Atlanta ranks in the bottom 10 in scoring, bottom 10 in offensive rebounding. Phoenix on the other side, 4-2 straight up in their last 6, 8-2 against the spread overall for the year, good for 80% covering the number. They also rank in the top 3 in field goal percentage, top 3 in three-point percentage. They're led by Devin Booker, who's averaging 25 points a game, 6 assists. Aaron Baines is averaging 16 points a game, 6 rebounds, and Kelly Oubre, 16 points a game, 5 rebounds for him. The Suns are in the top 10 in scoring, top 10 in defensive rebounding. They've also successfully covered the number in 5 out of their 7 home games this year. Now, total-wise, Phoenix is 3-0 to the over in their last trio of ball games. Atlanta's also 3-0 to the over in their last 3 themselves. Give me Phoenix -7 in the over 227.5 in that game. And we're going to slide into our next and final matchup for the show. It is going to be Nets-Nuggets, 10:30 Denver. The Nuggets are -9, totals 225.5. We saw a 2-point move toward Denver and movement upward on the total. The Nuggets open 7, up to -9. Total open 225, up to 225.5. Denver's just 3-7 against the spread overall for the year, good for just 30% against the number. They've also failed to cover in 4 out of their last 5 at home. They rank the bottom 5 in scoring, bottom 5 in offensive field goal percentage. The Nuggets are also 0-3 against the spread in their last 3 games, 1-6 ATS in their last 7. Brooklyn, on the other side, has successfully covered the number in 4 out of their last 6. They're in the top 3 in scoring, top 3 in offensive rebounding. Kyrie Irving's averaging 30 points a game, 5 rebounds, 7 assists. Spencer Dinwiddie, 17 points a game, 5 assists for him. And DeAndre Jordan is averaging double-digit rebounds for the Nets. Now, Karis LeVert and Kevin Durant are out. No surprises there. Kyrie Irving is listed as questionable for tonight's action, so keep an eye on him. Now, total-wise, Brooklyn 3-1 to the over in their last 4, 60% to the over when traveling. I'm going to lean toward the road dog in this one. Give me Brooklyn +9 in the over 225.5 in that game. All right, guys, let's go ahead and jump into our quick pick recap brought to you by patreon.com/BrockPage, where we are 8-2 in our last 10 board member package plays on that website. I like Brooklyn +9 over 225.5. Phoenix -7 over 227.5. Clippers against the spread under the total. Dallas -7 over 216. Cleveland +6 over 216. And last but certainly not least, I like Milwaukee -11 under 230.5. All right, guys, let's go ahead and dive into some shout-outs. Once again, brought to you by patreon.com/BrockPage. I got to give a shout-out to my man John Lee. Shout out to John Lee, Money Time, Robert Ritchie, Ulysses Hayes, Asher D, Jay Williams, Shotgun Shell 80, Josh Benedict, Ariel Perez, Cody T, Ronnie Christie, Josh CTK. Shout out to Pittsburgh Gentleman PA, World Be Free, Proline Master, Square 707 Steam, PS4, and last but certainly not least, shout out to Markinson Angerville. All right, guys, that's going to do it for me. Once again, don't forget to check me out on my website at patreon.com/BrockPage, where once again, we are 8-2 in our last 10 board member package plays on that site. We're also hitting at 67% for the entire college football season. Now, a lot of folks will ask me, what's the difference between Patreon and what you do right here on YouTube? Well, what we do on YouTube here is we handicap every single game on the slate, both the side and the total. And if you were to bet every single game, both the side and the total, with real money, you would really lose all that real money. The books are too good. The math is against you. You cannot bet every single game and win. So what we do on Patreon is we really narrow it down and focus on 3 to 4 premium high percentage selections on that site. They're personal plays of mine. They're games that I personally have action on. So when I win, you win. When I lose, you lose. And I'll tell you this much. My win percentage is a whole lot better on Patreon than it is on YouTube. And you can check out my current record for free right now. All you have to do is click the link in the description section below. That is patreon.com/BrockPage. All right, guys, let's go ahead and dive into our quick pick recap. Edición en Español. Yo tengo Brooklyn con puntos y las altas. Phoenix -7 y las altas. Clippers con puntos y los bajos. Dallas -7 y las altas. Cleveland con puntos y las altas. Y final, Milwaukee -11 y los bajos. All right, guys, that's going to do it for me. Once again, don't forget to check me out on patreon.com/BrockPage. But most importantly, guys, I got to thank you for watching me right here on YouTube. I I really hope you enjoyed all this great free content, all this great free information. Happy Thursday to you. Best of luck to you. And don't forget to check me out on patreon.com/BrockPage.